Hey everybody, Scott Walters, welcome to the channel. If you're new, I want to thank you for coming. If you're returning, I want to thank you for your continued support. Before we get into today's red hot topic, I'm going to politely ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Please watch to the end for my final thought. Hit the bell icon so you're notified when new videos are released. It's very important to stay close to the channel in these very, very tricky times. All right, folks, welcome into the channel. I hope you're all doing great. So here we go, folks. Buckle up, strap in. We're not going to sugarcoat it. We're not going to feed you any rainbows and sunshine. This has been a straight talk channel from the beginning. Just so you know, or if you don't know already, I'm a California licensed realtor. I was working in a very red hot, euphoric market. It was completely herd mentality, people drinking the real estate Kool-Aid at high levels. I stuck my neck very far out, went against the grain, and started reporting on how I felt. Personally, there was no way that this housing market could continue to do what it had been doing. And in essence, I started warning people to please be careful. This is an artificially stimulated housing market due to government parachute and helicopter money. And money printing out of thin air. There was nothing organic about it when they dropped interest rates and made realtors essential workers to get out there and stimulate the market. They, in essence, overheated it and now placed us at huge crash risk. I'm a little bit obviously alarmed and not super pleased about the way the government handled this whole situation with the health crisis by sticking people at home, paying them to stay home, not incentivizing them in any way at all, and in essence just poured a bunch of funny money into the economy, propping up all markets. It's very, very hard for me to watch this unfold because I see the catastrophic impact that it potentially is going to have in the form of blowback. And so one of the newest developments, and I have to thank one of my rainbows and sunshine content creators, their clickbait thumbnail and video title grabbed my attention, so I checked in and verified it to in fact be true. And even though this sunshine and rainbows content creator continued to downplay it as it is not in fact based on his research, and this guy is in actuality just a kid who's made a bunch of money through the pandemic, and of course the euphoria has benefited from him. He's going to continue to promote his own pay-to-play websites and watch any of his training videos on how to operate within this euphoria, because without that he has nothing. But the reality is when you have Elon Musk now actually tweeting that he's predicting a recession in 2022 spring or summer, 2023 at the latest, and this is the richest guy in the world who basically answers to no one. He has no reason to sugarcoat anything. In fact, if anything, he's a lot like us here at this channel, going ahead and sticking his own neck out, warning people in essence of what's potentially coming. All you simply have to do is do a Google search, Elon Musk recession tweet, and you should be able to find it for yourself. I do have a screenshot of it in today's thumbnail, which you may or may not have seen, as well as my own tweet back on that thread, which was congratulating him in essence on finally somebody who answers to no one giving real talk of that caliber. So the reality is, folks, again, we have to understand, folks, coming up for air. I've been doing my best to continue to come on and provide this narrative, this real talk, as an industry insider, as somebody who benefits from you buying real estate and putting the brakes on much of that. It's just, again, for me, having lived through the last recession, I'm much more concerned with seeing people warn people right now that we are at recessionary risk. I don't know who else we need to hear it from. It probably wouldn't surprise me is even Elon Musk, the owner of Tesla, is now in fact warning us as well that a recession is coming in 2022, predicting spring or summer 2023 by the latest. It is the absolute truth. I believe it beyond a shadow of a doubt. There's been many other big economists, investors warning of the exact same thing, but nobody quite as rich as Elon Musk now doing it in a public way on a platform like Twitter, actually announcing that, folks, listen, this is just the time to really heed to the warning of I mean, I want to say me, because I was the first person that I'm aware of in the industry, and as an industry insider, actually sounding this alarm, announcing, listen, folks, I mean, and again, I appreciate all the data-driven content and people utilizing a lot of editing tools to provide production value in their videos. I've stated this from the beginning. I've read in my comments, can you provide data? I don't have to. I'm an industry insider. I'm an active real estate agent. I'm working with buyers and sellers in psychology and sales every single day. There's plenty of other data-driven channels out there if you want that. This is not that channel. This is purely going to be an honest, transparent channel full of real talk from somebody who's absolutely concerned with the well-being of our country. And not only our country, our global structure and stature, I believe, is absolutely at humongous risk. Again, I never want to operate out of fear. Personally, I always say get out of the problem and in the solution. And the first thing we have to do when we identify, how to get out of into the solution is actually admitting there is a problem. And folks, there's a massive problem right now, like we've talked about. And you don't need to go to the data, the analytics, like we've talked about before. None of this will make sense. And guess what's going to happen when we do enter in a recession? All these rainbows and sunshine content creators, whether they're in the real estate space or wherever they're at, producing content telling you why we're not going to crash, why there won't be a recession, why this isn't a bubble, why this is pure supply and demand, why this is all due to interest rates and whatever they can dream up to get to line up with their narrative. I understand that's what they're going to continue to do. Of course, the reality is there's been no downturn in history that anybody on a wide scale has been able to predict. It has caught the majority off guard, and that's just the way it will continue to be. Obviously, it's just the reality of the way economic downturns present themselves. Again, for me, I got caught in the last one, much like the people I see that are going to get caught in this one. The only difference between me today and me yesterday is today I understand that this type of behavior in the markets can't sustain itself and we all know this. Most of us know this, but most of us just don't want to admit it because right now we might be enjoying this free money effect that's been produced in our lives. Now, I know most of us are not enjoying the fact that we're paying more for gas and food and this and that, but a lot of us, we're paying more for it, but for a lot of us, we don't really feel it because we've got this extra wealth. There's a lot of people out there, folks, that are paycheck to paycheck, that just got underneath huge house payments that now all of a sudden have seen their bills go up, but their cost of living has not gone down. Their mortgage or rent payments are the same. They're now commuting back to work. Gas is killing them. Grocery bills are killing them. They're trying to feed a family. One of the wage earners might now be at home, not going back to work because they don't want to comply with whatever compliance is being pushed on them. Maybe they're trying to do their own side hustle. Who knows? It doesn't matter. The reality is this one now has taken on a life of its own. And so while I really appreciate Elon Musk actually providing straight talk, folks, and final thoughts today, I absolutely really appreciate when I see somebody of that caliber coming on and warning that there is, in fact, and he said it, you know what he said, folks? His gut feeling tells him that recession is coming in 2022. This year, folks, today, now, this year. spring, summer 2023 at the latest. That tells me if you're lucky, you maybe have a year window before the, you know what, hits the fan, and we're really going to get to feel what a recession feels like again. My only, alarm that I'll sound is don't be surprised if in fact this isn't a depressionary level of a recession. I believe everything needed to produce that is out there because of the money that was pumped into circulation, and then the amount of exposure and leverage and debt people are now carrying are astronomical. And not only that, our own, we're trillions of dollars in debt just as a nation, and in order to get that paid back, we're going to be taxed, to the gills. And so this can only end one way, folks. It's going to end in a recession, and then it's going to be up to the ones that listened to try to position themselves to weather the storm, and then have enough guts to go strike on maybe buying some things at a discount. You'll never time the bottom. It'll be scary when it comes because your instinct will tell you to hold on to any cash you have, not start spending it. You're going to want to hold on to it. So it'll be very hard. Again, 95% of all millionaires made their money in real estate, not by owning their home. It was by owning other people's homes. I personally would love to see my viewers partner up with a few people and go buy a property and just, turn it into rental property, get a little positive cash flow coming. Try to do that if you can, as many times as you can, until eventually you don't need as many partners. Maybe you're off doing it on your own. But you will have to stretch yourself, you will have to stick your neck out, and you will need a significant amount of cash down to make it happen. As minimum amounts down will not do it. Banks will be shrinking back from taking any risk with you. They will take some risk with you, but not the majority of the risk will have to be ours to take. But that's where the millionaires are going to make money, and that's what the big dogs are positioning themselves to do right now. So you heard it here first. If you appreciate the content, I politely ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment below. Go make it count today. I'll see you on the next video.